Okay, cool. All right, so the 49ers take on the Seahawks tomorrow. Uh, it's a division NFC West game. And just wanted to go over some quick notes about what's going on with the game, division standings, any news, any news going on with content creators and 49 content creators. We're covering that as well. And let's get right to it. So both teams have a flip record. Seahawks are 4-5, 49ers are 5-4. And so pretty much whoever wins this game goes up one above the other. 49ers are above right now, I believe. But as far as if Seattle wins, then they will go above the 49ers, I believe. I don't think they only play one game. This will be the first. This will be the first game? No. I don't know how it would. I think, yeah, they would go above because their division record is better than San Francisco. I think that's how it goes, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think San Francisco did beat them before. I believe. I'm not too sure. I'll find out in a second, though. So if you're a betting person, you like to go on DraftKings or Prize Picks or any of those type of betting short sites, the pick ATS is 49ers. The pick OU is 48, and the prediction is 49ers 28-20. So in their last 5 meetings, the 49ers have pretty much dominated the Seattle Seahawks, whether it be in a regular season, whether it be in postseason, and just getting destroyed and demolished in these games for the most part. Some interesting notes about the 49ers. They're number 2 in passing yards, number 4 in rushing yards, and points scored are number 10. Points pass yards against, number 12. Rushing yards against, 8th. And points allowed, 17. So their defense is kind of like their little bit of an issue, along with their red zone offense is also part of the issue as well. Is their red zone offense. So those are the things that hinder the 49ers the most, is their red zone offense and their defense. They give up some points, so they're in the middle of the field. Not terrible defense, just kind of in the middle, And we're so used to seeing San Francisco have these dominant defenses over the last, 4 years or something, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 5 years probably. This will be the first year that really have gone down. Last year it took a little bit of a turn, but one thing they did do is they got pressure on the quarterback. I don't see a lot of that. I don't know if that's attaining to Javon Hargrove going down, which was also a great D tackle, elite D tackle. Also some key injuries on the D line as well. And so pretty much it's like, hey, double team Nick Bosa, push him out the way. We're good. We'll, have a chance to win. It's pretty much what probably their mind and way of thinking until something else happens. But once the 49ers have to do is just get corner blitzes, linebacker blitz, send things, safety blitz, those type of things to scheme up different ways to get blitzes, similar to what Steve Wilkes did last year. It's probably what they're going to have to do this year, even at a more extreme rate, because they don't even have Javon Hargrove in the middle of the field. So some key things to go over. Bob Purdy, who's played excellent last game. He's got almost 2,500 yards, 6 in the NFL, 12 touchdowns. Does have 7 interceptions. 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions is not the best QB play. Especially with all those players they have on their roster. So, he's been playing really, really well. He played well last game. Maybe now that he has Ricky Pearsall, getting back, maybe starting to show up after getting shot in the chest. I said, if you guys go watch my other YouTube videos, you'll see that I'm literally saying, Ricky Pearsall, give him about 3 or 4 weeks, get him back in shape, game ready, what have you. The best offensive player on the San Francisco 49ers, by far, has been George Kittle. He's got 43 receptions, 560 yards receiving, 7 TDs. In 8 games, he's averaging 5.4 yards a catch. Catches a game and 70 yards per game. That is extremely good for a tight end. Very elite level, top 5 tight end type play. Jordan Mason, what did play last week, I was actually a little surprised. He does have 690 yards on the ground, 9th in the NFL. At one point, he was almost 1 or 2. He was up there for a while. He's averaging 76 yards a game and 3 touchdowns. But now we know Christian McCaffrey is back. So, that is probably going to dwindle down a little bit. And I'm going to speak more on that after I go over these key players and key stats. Jawan Jennings has had an excellent season. Almost 500 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns, 32 receptions. He's getting healthy again. A lot of 49ers are starting to get healthy again as well. Debo was sick, and now he's starting to get healthy, Christian McCaffrey came back. Give him a couple of games, he'll get healthy, On the defensive side, you always have that constant standard. That one guy that's always going to be the Hall of Famer. The one guy that's going to play at an elite level. And of course, the guy I'm talking about is Fred Warner. He has 2 interceptions, 75 tackles, 3 point tackles for loss, 1 sack, 6 passes defended. Having an excellent season. The other player would be Nick Bosa, who's also, that constant player. He's averaging 5.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 32 tackles, and even has a pick. Dion Lador is probably the best corner on the field this year. That's not to take away from the young corners like Ronaldo Green, but Duminor Lenore, has 53 tackles, and one tackle for loss, two interceptions this year. Playing excellent, excellent coverage. And you can line him up. He's so diverse because you can put him at different types of spots, what have you. Jair Brown has also played really well. The safety. The young corners have really played really well. I just think that and I really thought, you guys, that the back end was really going to be the issue this year. But it's just the line, There's QB pressures and getting to the quarterback, as not having a right end, in a D tackle, it shows. Teams can do, like if it was a team like the Ravens, all they have to do is run up the middle with Derrick Henry. It caused a big problem for them. Now going over Seattle's, we don't need to go over Seattle stuff too much. We'll go over their stats. They're number one in pass yards. Geno Smith's playing really well. I don't know why people give him such a hard time. Rush yards, they're averaging 27, so not very good at running the football. Points scored, the middle of the pack, kinda. Passing yards, on the defense, middle of the pack, rushing yards. Oh, that's going to be an issue. And I'll tell you why in a minute. 26. Points allowed, 23. Defense is not very good at all. Geno Smith has played excellent, almost has 2,500 yards, or does have 2,500 yards. 11 touchdown. Has thrown a lot of picks, though. Similar, his QB play is very similar to Brock Purdy's. Very similar numbers. That I look at it, very similar numbers. I would say the difference between Geno Smith is that he has Christian McCaffrey and he has Jordan Mason to run the football, and they have a really good running back room in San Francisco compared to Seattle. So DK Metcalf, the one constant, is always, he's been targeted a lot. It's 35 catches, has almost 600 yards receiving. Their defense, this is going to be the issue, is their defense. But let's go over, let me finish this and I'll go over my take and everything. So we have injury report. Mitch Winowski is out. He did not participate in practice this week. Severius Ward is out. That's interesting. So they're going to have to put Lenore on DK Metcalf. And he can do that. He's a corner that can play all three positions, inside out and slot. Let's see here. And reason why he is out, Severius Ward is out, is because his daughter passed away. So he need to take your time, bruh. Football is not as important as your family. So I get it. Kevin Givens, who is a deaf on the O-line, is out with a groin injury. Janelle Ludo Jr., who's a deaf corner, has a pelvis issue. He did not participate in practice. Normally when they make the players doubtful, that pretty much means they're not going to play. I don't expect him to play. Yutur Gross-Matos, the lineman, another deaf player, knee issues. He's questionable. But I don't see him really playing too much. It's not like I don't think he's a starter. So, as far as John Feliciano, he's back. He had a big injury last year, but he's back. So he'll add some depth to the line. He's questionable, but I don't expect him to start or anything like that. Aaron Banks, I don't. He'll play. Trent Williams will play. These two guys, Aaron Banks, Trent Williams, will be starting and playing. Trent Williams always has nagging injuries. He's 30-something years old. It's mid to late 30s. George Kittle be playing. He has that hamstring, but he'll tough it out. Nick Bosa's going to tough it out. And they limited these guys. Ronaldo Green's going to tough it out. He did not list him, but he played full participation on practices, so he should be good to go. Christian McCaffrey should be good to go. Just has that Achilles issue, and Chris Conley has his hamstring issues, and Juan Jennings has an ankle issue, but he should be good to go. He fully participates in practice for both of these players as well. Let's see, anybody out on the Seattle Seahawks that oh man. Leonard Williams did play, so Leonard Williams is playing. Okay. That would have been kind of like a big issue. Even though, so everybody's playing, they just have nagging injuries or what have you. So everybody is playing. Keys to the game. 49ers need to run the ball. When I went over the reports, we saw that the 49ers the Seattle Seahawks are 27th in the league against the rush. And so, they're like 23rd in the league, giving up points. Their defense is not very good at all. I don't see San Francisco having a tough time with them, but you never know. It's a division game, and you guys know how division games are. They usually, they can get pretty tight sometimes. But historically, these two teams have not, in the last 4 or 5 years, the games have not been really close at all. 49ers pretty much dominating them. So I got Seattle, losing. I would say probably somewhere between 35 to 17, somewhere around there. I think the 49ers are just going to just destroy. Let me see. Let me go here. Oops, my bad, you guys. My bad. Right. Right. So, interesting things. We have Grant Cohen, who is a 49ers beat writer and YouTuber. They've had issues in the past. And here's his response. Well, let's go over to Kyle Shanahan and just kind of
every week
go over this because, I do watch Grant sometimes. Obviously, I subscribe to him. You can see it. I think people are very serious about their football team. Okay. They're very serious about their football team. And they don't see the YouTube side of things. Like, for example, this is how I put in perspective about Grant. He gives a lot of takes, okay? Sometimes they seem a little wild, sometimes they don't. It gives you different perspectives. He is a YouTuber as well. he's there to entertain you. You know, a lot of the other 49er content creators are more straight-laced. They're not going to diverge off and give all these wild takes or what have you. Like Grant would, to entertain you. They're going to stick straight to the script. This is what there is, and this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. But for over the past 5-6 years, Grant Cohen and the 49ers do not get along. And recently, let's see if we can go over this clip. Him and Kyle Shanahan kind of got into it a little bit at the press conference. Let me see if I can go over and find the clip. See if I can find it, you guys. Okay, here we go.
Share. Let's make it full screen. Here we go.
Does Brock Purdy have the license to hand signal route changes to receivers pre-snap? Like if he were to see man coverage with the single high safety, could he like hand signal to a receiver like to change his route to a stutter go or something like that?
When there are those things, we put in the play call. But yeah, we have hand signals for everything.
When you have a cerebral quarterback like Brock who's been in your system for a few years, do you put
right there? I don't really see nothing, to be honest. I don't really see nothing. He's just saying, yeah. Now, he did look at him and smirk because he knows Grant. He knows Grant is going to ask a question that's kind of going to be different than everybody else. And I like it, to be honest. When I watch press conferences, it'd be boring me sometimes. They'd be asking the same ass questions. So it's kind of good, you know, refreshing for someone. Even if you don't agree with it or not, regardless, it's entertaining, man. Like when I watch YouTube, I watch it to be entertained. You know what I mean? So that's why he has, what, 100, is he close to 100,000? On his channel, because it's entertaining. You know, if I won't be bored, I'll go watch, you know, some other 49 content creator. You know what I mean?
put more and more in his play pre-snap, or do you adjust your philosophy?
Have I not answered the questions that are already written for that your article's already written on? Am I not giving you the right quotes?
I was wondering, it seems like unique. I mean, he's quite smart and been here for a while. And I was wondering, like, does he earn more freedom or? I don't know.
I don't think you understand. It's not about earning more. We put as
She says, I don't think you understand.
much on Brock with double play calls, triple play calls as anyone, but just because you don't see someone do a hand signal or something, that not as many teams do that. They used to do it a long time ago, but that's not really what it's like. But it's just semantics of how you get to it. But there's not many offenses in this league that don't give a quarterback a few options.
What do you think?
Okay. So I guess, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm cool with some of the people that come on Grant's show. I hope I still am. But no, I didn't say anything, you know. But at the same time, I fuck with Grant, man. He's just creating content. He's a content creator. This is why I subscribe to his channel. You know, they gotta understand, you know, these players and coaches get really upset, you know, because their ego doesn't get fed, you know what I mean? You know, and that's how I kind of look at it, you know what I mean? Like their ego is not, you know, like if someone goes against them or they ask them tough questions or ask them questions they don't want to hear, their ego, you know, gets in the way. And that's why they have beef with Grant, because he doesn't go along with everybody. You know. But by that particular interview, did I see Kyle Shanahan really do anything? No. He said, I don't think you understand how it works. You're coming up with stuff that, and he explained to him, Oh man. There was a little bit of chumminess back and forth, but nothing too crazy, from, Kyle or anything like that. I think they're just, I really didn't see nothing much. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, to be honest. I thought he was going to be yelling at him or something. I thought it was going to be something like this. I thought it was going to be something like this.
And I say,
I want to see the footage, bro.
boy, you a bitch. Looking at me.
Yeah, I want to see the footage, bro. Where's the footage? I want to see the footage. But yeah, he gets into with the players, Which I didn't agree with Kinlaw doing this, you know what I mean? I really didn't when he went at him, you know what I mean? And then he went on his live.
You got to go about this a different type of way, bro.
Hold on, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What did I say about you that you object to?
Man, all this shit you talking, all this back and forth, all this bickering, all this. I was in the training room today. Fam, the training room is nowhere near the field. Man, I looked at you. You looked at me. You pulled your shades up, came walking over a little bit. Not walking to me. You walked up a little bit just so I could make sure that it was you. I walked over. I approached you, put my chest on you, on your side. You turned towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the rest of the story, fam.
Hold on, though.
Stop making it seem like I came about you at a cowardly way. I came at you man to man, brother. Put some respect on my name, bro. You don't know me.
This was a big mistake by Javon Kinlaw, bro. He should never did this, bro. Very unprofessional. Grant is a reporter, bro. Reporters are gonna, and NBA, this goes for all sports, NBA, NFL, baseball, soccer, whatever the sports is. Wrestling, they do this in wrestling too. Whatever, you're gonna have people that aren't gonna agree with you, and go against you. And I think Javon Kinlaw was having issues with his knee and stuff like that, which Grant was end up being right about this, though. He was right about it. And Kinlaw was feeling the pressure, not performing well, becoming a free agent, I think he's playing really well right now, too. So shout out to Javon Kinlaw for he's playing good. I always thought he was a really good player. I think he's still going to be an excellent player. He's still young. I think he'll be a great player. But in this particular situation, this was a bad look,
You don't know where I'm from, bro. Put some respect on my name, brother. I'm a man just like you. My nuts is bigger than yours, brother.
I asked you what I said about you.
My balls is bigger than yours, brother. Put some respect on my name.
All right, Javon.
Put some respect on my name, brother. Stop talking about me like I'm an animal or something, brother.
What did I say about you?
Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. You already know.
Javon, if you're gonna come on my channel,
you want to try to bring me hardcore facts, bro.
Javon, you're gonna come on my channel and tell me what to say and what not to say. You should have some quotes. What did I say about
bro? Nobody fucks with that. Nobody fucks with you. You don't even understand that. Nobody fucks with you, brother. You need to go find a new job.
The reason why no one does, because their egos, the 49er Eagles are players. They have these egos, and they have this guy that doesn't necessarily report things about them in the news, that they're liking. So it's not feeding their ego. It's feeding, going against their ego. So when they have these issues, they get their ego gets hurt. No. But Grant was right, though. He was right about
Job. Nobody fucks with you.
What does that mean?
What you mean? What it mean? Nobody fucks with you.
Are you sure?
Nobody fucks with you, fam. And the only reason I'm getting on here stooping to your level this low is because I feel like it got to be done. Somebody got to do it, and it's going to be me.
You can't make a reporter right about you, bro. It's stupid.
Somebody got to press you, fam. You like to come on here and try to bully people on the internet. But when I press up on you in fucking
Bully people, it's a YouTube channel.
person, you fucking shaking like a cow with voice lighter than my fucking baby, fam. What's up with that?
I'm scared of you, Javon?
What's up with that, fam?
You think I'm scared of you, Javon?
Fam, I don't give a fuck if you are or not. All I know is when I walked up on you, your fucking body temperature was fucking cold as ice. Straight
check
bitch.
my body temperature?
Straight bitch. Your fucking balls shriveled up. Little dick nigga.
Hey, Javon, do you think
playing with me, bro?
Javon, do you think you're representing the 49ers well right now?
Me on this internet, bro.
Javon, do you think the 49ers are proud of what you're saying right now?
I know John Lynch is probably like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? And it's the issue with 49er players. Okay, I'll go over more. You know, their egos, you know. They start losing. They start tweeting out weird stuff, bro. You know, this, and I don't understand it. You know, I don't know how to spell it. Kyle Juszczyk's name. I'm gonna have to look up his name, bro. He got a long ass name. Kyle Juszczyk. How do you spell? There it is. How do you spell his name? Oh, there you go. Let's see if they took it down. I don't know if it's still up here on his Twitter. Oh, here it is. Yeah, still here. All right, so this is the issue the NFLPA scouted out. And it said over the past 3 years, the NFLPA has tried to work with the NFL, Pro Football Writers of America to move media interviews out of locker rooms. However, there has been little willingness to collaborate on a new solution. First, for that locker room interviews invade their privacy, and they are uncomfortable. This isn't about limiting media access, but respecting players' privacy and dignity. The NFL current media policy is outdated, and we urge the NFL to make media changes to foster a more respectful, safer players. In the meantime, we encourage these players to ask interviews outside the locker room during the week. That is really weird, because it's always been where they always, and the media always asking the players in their locker rooms or whatever. But other than that, you got Kyle Juszczyk say maybe if you don't know who Kyle Juszczyk is, he's the fullback for the San Francisco 49ers, all pro fullback. He goes, maybe we should keep Grant Cohn from always hanging around our locker rooms while we're changing. You know, and this is the ego. And to insinuate that on somebody that's covered the 49ers for quite some time is really short of it. Unbelievable, you know, for him to be on social media doing this. You know, and never heard anything about Grant having any issues. So you have some people, see, look at the 49 creators that don't like Grant. They're popping on here, you know. You'll see someone pop over here. Some are just regular people. 49 creators. Yeah, there's someone I'm not even going to read. Look, the Chiefs are focused. Great perspective, Rambo. He goes, the Chiefs are focused on three-peat while we're focused on who should be allowed in the locker room or wearing the correct shorts to practice. 100%. Who cares? Should be worried about what's on the field. You have the easiest, softest, nicest, friendliest media culture in the nation to a fault. It's okay to have one bulldog that doesn't offer softball questions every week. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like watching these questions, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then when Grant's there about to answer, I'm like, thank you. Ask us something we want to ask. Like we be thinking. I'm not saying everything Grant asks is what I be thinking, but there's a lot of things I be thinking about. You know what I mean? Look, the 49ers hating Grant just makes it funnier. He's just giving objective insight and not glazing, so that's the hate. Keeping up, Grant, never change. Yes, just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean it's hate. You know what I mean? Of course. So I posted this picture. Use check. I'm a fan, bro, but this fans want great access to players, not less. You know, I don't. Juice Check is a good player, bro. He is a very good player. So this ain't about, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about the ego. You know what I mean? The ego of these players. And I've seen it so much in sports. You know, doing reactions to videos and watching sports all the years and watching these, after the games and before the games. It's the ego of the players that really cause a lot of the issues, And if you say anything that could be remotely at the smallest amount against anything, it's terrible, it's bad, or whatever. It just so happens that Grant is probably one of the top and most polarizing 49ers content creators and reporters. So I fuck with Grant. I like Grant, bro, for real. And I'm gonna be honest, I fuck with him, and that's what it is, So, but I just want to kind of go over real quick the egos of the 49er players. That's my team. I'm not just a 49er content creator. That is actually my team. It's been my team for a long time. My favorite 49er player is Steve Young. Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, who's some other players that who's really good that 49ers that when Kaepernick was the quarterback, I thought Kaepernick was dope. Frank Gore, who's some other good players. Now Michael Crabtree had an excellent 3 or 4 seasons in San Francisco, especially when Kaepernick was able to start. Him and Kaepernick built some chemistry, and plus in those playoff games. One of the best plays I've ever seen Michael Crabtree do was Michael Crabtree Super Bowl. Was this play right here. This is one of the toughest plays I've ever seen. One of the best, and it wasn't like the most let's do touchdown. Here we go. Touchdown. I think people forgot since the Richard Sherman thing. But Crabtree's end zone, TD catch in the end zone was pretty dope. Let me see. I think I might have to watch a fan. Oh, right here. This was pretty dope, bro. I know it's not the best footage. It's a little grainy, but this is all I could find at the moment. Bam! He took that hit right there and kept going. Left this guy in the dust right here. I mean, Crabtree had an excellent 3 or 4 years, bro. That's a little bit of fandom kicking in a little bit. See if I can find something. It's probably gonna come up in
Colin Kaepernick.
It's probably gonna come up in I think this is it right here. I think Crabtree had like a couple touchdowns in this game. Here we go, right here.
Got to get it into the end zone.
Bam, what a great fucking crossing route. Bam, see how he gets the ball out really fast?
And he does.
I mean, just Crabtree was dope, bro. People forget how good Crabtree was. Oh, look at this catch right here. Check out, let me make sure that, that's at 720. All right, let's check out this play.
Kaepernick.
Crabtree was lighting them up. Man, they was doing their thing, bro. People forgetting. But that's someone play like Crabtree when Crabtree was there. Vernon Davis. You know, so listen, you know, so I'm not just a guy just decided to do content. No, I went to Candlestick games. I went to the games at the Stick. You know, just like any 49er growing up in the Bay Area a little bit. You know, so my ties to 49ers is, you know, really that deep. You know, going to Candlestick and the weird ass weather, you know, once it hits like 5:30, you better have a damn blanket because the wind comes in, you know, when it swirls down at the Stick like that, it can get kind of cold. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch base on it. Some of the other things, as far as the 49ers, you're going to have a key heavy dose of running that football. You're going to see Jordan Mason a lot more. I think Kyle Shanahan needs to be very careful and feed Jordan Mason the rock. Let's go over some Jordan Mason. Let's see. I want to go over his. Their play. Tampa last week, right? Let's see. Let's go over some highlights real quick. I'd be very careful though. YouTube copyright, you know what I'm saying? All right, so
Hit some of those.
so we'll edit the sound out a little bit. See if we can get away with it. Great. And this is what Christian McCaffrey gives San Francisco. They don't need it this game, but they kind of give them that element of having making teams play 11 on 11 football. Christian McCaffrey breaking tackles. Oh, what an excellent pass by Brock Purdy. And Debo. Oh no, that's Parcell, Ricky Parcell. He is going to be an excellent receiver. He was really going to be really that good. A little fun fact. The quarterback of the Titans wanted them to draft Ricky Parcell. And he was hoping he would drop down to the second round so they could draft him so he could play with them. What's his name? I can't think of his name. You know, guys know the C.J. Stroud, right? C.J. Stroud, the quarterback of the Titans. But anyway, so he wanted Ricky Parcell on his team. And when he got drafted, he sent out a tweet like, dang it, we almost had Ricky Parcell. So he's going to be an extremely, extremely great player. Look at his speed. He's willing not to go down. This man got shot, y'all. I believe in Ricky Parcell. He got shot and he just scored a touchdown. Look at that pocket, bro. Great pocket. Just the 49ers O-line just played really well this season. There was nothing there. The coverage is there. That's the one thing about the 49ers. And this is where they can take advantage of it, is that their coverage, their back end is better than their front end. And usually it's the other way around, isn't it, you guys? When we watch the 49ers, it's usually the other way around. It's usually the front end is usually the power, you know, the team that gets all the pressures, the blitzing. You know, you have the great coordinators that are dialing up these blitzes and stuff, and Bosa's having this monster season, and other players are feeding off of it. They're on the line, what have you. And you have really good players that may not be elite players on the line, but just might be like a step under, or maybe a step like good to great players, but not elite. But we don't have a lot of those right now on those D-line like that. So I really thought they were going to make a trade for Calais Campbell. I think that would have been a good option. The right end out of Cleveland would have been another great option to help Bosa on that line. But they play very well. The linebackers are elite linebackers. We got probably in 2 or 3 weeks we'll have which name will get activated again. Greenlaw will get activated again. He'll start because he's already started jogging on the sidelines, you guys. So he's starting to practice, you know, on the sidelines, you know. So he's already moving. His legs are already in good shape and everything. So he'll be in 2 or 3 weeks. He'll be activated again. You'll get Dre Greenlaw back, you know, as well. So that'll be really good. And you can put what's your name on Campbell on the left side, like a left linebacker. You can put him on the left side. I don't know if he's played. Devontae Campbell's played the left linebacker spot, but that would be a really good spot for him to be at, is left linebacker. Yeah. So great play, great coverage sack, and wait for the defensive line to just cover it up. You know, take advantage of that. And George Kittle, just a constant. What a catch, and way to stay with it. George Kittle, just a constant. What a great throw by Rob Purdy. Get the ball out to Jauan Jennings, who's having an excellent season. I think the 49ers, if they plan on bringing Jauan Jennings back, they really do need to start talking contract extensions before it becomes too expendable where they can't, give him the money, because they were smart by going after Lenore, getting him done, because and the 49ers relationship with players after the season's over has been the worst, with holdouts, with having to pay more than if they would have just had a constant contract contract negotiations during the season, and getting these players signed so they don't have to pay out an extra $30 million. For example, I know Lenore would have probably been at least $20 to $30 million more. The way he would have been playing if he would have hit the free agent market. And they need to start talking this thing about bringing Juwan Jennings in before he starts balling out even more, and having teams driving up the price as well. And Juwan Jennings again. George Kittle, that's that big play in the fourth quarter that really broke it open. That's how I knew they were going to win. When he made that play, I said he should want to win. Great play by great awareness by Brock Purdy, knowing you have a one-on-one matchup. Christian McCaffrey, no linebacker except for the Michael Parsons is the only one, I believe, maybe Fred Warner, but Fred Warner's on the 49ers, so you're not going to see it. Michael Parsons and Fred Warner are probably the only two linebackers that can cover Christian McCaffrey. No one else can. No one has a chance of covering Christian McCaffrey. And this is the reason why, but great awareness by Brock Purdy. Seeing the one-on-one matchup, even though he took a hit, get the ball floated up in the air enough to where McCaffrey is going to go chase the ball down and do the rest. Great pocket awareness, way bouncing around the pocket. Keep your legs loose, keep it going. Great job by the O-line. No one's coming in there. No one's getting open right now. Someone needs to get open. No one's getting open. Get open. Get open. Come on, he's waving people to get open. No one's getting open. Whoa, what a great throw. Wow. When Brock Purdy plays like this, he looks like a top 5 quarterback. And then some games is like he looks like a top 25 quarterback. So we'll see how so it's kind of like up and down, and that's the reason for the 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. What great footwork! Look at that. George Kittle is just a monster, bro. All right, so that's pretty much it. But the 49ers definitely need a heavy dose of running back coalition. They need to have Jordan Mason still feed Christian McCaffrey getting back. Remember, still has that Achilles. It's a long season. You're only on week 10, week 11, right? So feeding him in doses is good. But remember, he still has the injury. No need. You have a great running back in Jordan Mason, who's in the top 10 in the league, and rushing yards. You know what I mean? At one point was in the top 5. So, and you have a Garendo, who's an excellent runner, the change of pace runner. So you have a really deep running back room, and you're playing the 27th rushing defense in the league, and a 23rd team and giving up points. All you gotta do is run that rock by committee all day long. That's all you have to do. Feed the ball to Jordan Mason. Get him, 12 to 18 carries. Give McCaffrey 10 carries. Give Garendo 5 carries. You know what I mean? If you wanna throw those screens, get those screens out to Debo, get those screens out to Purcell, get those screens out. Those screens count as running. All a screen is a running play. So get those screens out. Send Debo on the pitches. You know what I mean? As well, send Ricky Purcell, who's probably faster than most likely because he was returning kicks at Florida. Send him out on these hand arounds, these toss plays for the wide receivers. Have Debo line up, take 3 or 4 carries, in the backfield. Just dominating, run is the key to beating Seattle. Running the football. They're absolutely terrible. I already went over why they're terrible. Other than that, I think I've pretty much touched everything I wanted to touch today. Like I said, the score is going to be 35 to 17. San Francisco's going to win. I don't see them, Seattle's posing any type of issues. Maybe it'll get to where San Francisco's going to just dominate the first half, and 49ers have a really tough time in the third quarter. Third quarter is their roughest. So if they can get through the third quarter, still maintain their lead in the first and second, then, which I think is going to happen. I think the 49ers are just going to come out the gate, just gashing them, running the football. Then in third quarter, even if the 49ers do tend to slump a little bit in the third, it's still not going to be enough because Seattle is going to have to play so much trying to come back to the score being down so much. And the 49ers are a decent fourth quarter team. They're decent. But the third quarter is where they struggle at the most, as well as the red zone offense. I get it. Brock Purdy is in his, in his, his last year before he becomes a free agent. But at the same time, you have to go back to straight maintaining 49er football. And maintaining and being great 49er football is when you're running the rock. Running the rock, open up the play action, and allows other receivers like Debo, Purcell, Jennings, and Kittle on those play actions after you're running the football so well. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Y'all take care. I just wanted to pop on there. And till next time. Yes, sir.